My idea of relaxing on a Sunday morning is playing a heavy control deck that just eliminates every engine that your opponent plays until they either forfeit or they just have to respect the hustle. So I thought I'd put together a Renfrey mid-range precision strike deck while I kind of make my way back to pro rank. And I've done dragons so many different times and I've done a lot of different stuff, and there are a few things that I haven't really done too much of. I wanted to play Elias since the rework. I like the way that Cyprian Wale actually works and how you can manipulate targets with your leader ability here, so I figured I'd throw him in as well. There are a lot of usual suspects, but it's because they're consistent. So we'll go through the deck and I'll explain it to you. We have Precision Strike, leader ability. Order is going to be damage a unit by 1 with 3 charges, and once those charges are used up, spawn and play a Broccolon Sentinel. Now it's going to spawn one of these, which on a death blow will summon all copies from your deck to this row. We've included 2 copies in our deck, so that's going to act as 2 natural thinning for the deck. I have the Unicorn play, which is just a tempo play, and it's a control option that also helps with thinning. So boost an ally unit by 3. If you control Chironix, you're going to boost it by 6 instead. Generally, I would be playing the Unicorn first and then trying to play the Chironix second so that we can use that 6 damage and take out something that's important, and then it's going to allow me to also draw a card. Preferably, if you can get away with it, use your leader ability before you take this so that you mitigate the risk of pulling into a Broccolon Sentinel and making this play underwhelming. If it's early game, it's not the end of the world because you could take mulligans back. It's not the end of the world, right? So we have that as an option. That's basically another thin, so we're looking at 3 thins so far. I have the Renfrey's Gang, which would be a 4th thin because it's going to deploy. Since we have 25 units in the deck, it's going to be summoning all copies from self from deck to row, essentially the other copy. So there we go, we got that even there. And then I have Maxi Van Dekar, which is going to be looking at our deck in order from top to bottom and allowing us to shuffle it if it doesn't look very good. We want to make sure that we're not pulling into this, or we're not pulling into the duplicate of this. We want to make sure that we are getting these and that we can get Renfrey. So she really helps with that, and you know, it's kind of one of those things you want to have, especially since she recently got buffed from 6 power to 7 power when I don't even think she needed that. So we have that there. What I did have in the deck builder stage and what I eventually took out because I figured too much thinning's kind of boring. I want to have just actual stuff going on too. So I swapped out Eudora for Cyprian. I'll put that in my considerations because she does make sense here. You know, she definitely starts infused inside of a card. So the deck starts with 14 cards. So it helps with consistency. And then when we play that Zoltan that she's infused with, 1 or 2 here, she will summon herself to the field. You could use these 2 Zoltans. You could bring out another Zoltan like the Scoundrel and play into maybe the Agitator or the Companion route. It's probably going to be the Companion route because we could row stack quite effectively. So you could essentially take out Elias, put that in, and then, you know, put her in, take out Cyprian Wile, but honestly, I've done that before, so I like this for now, and honestly, I'm happy with the way that it's going. He saves games, and Elias taking out a Scoundrel that we don't, not a Scoundrel, a Skirmisher rather, that we don't need at 1 power, and bringing out a couple tokens is kind of a big deal, right? Destroy an allied unit, then spawn 2 Deadeyes in the row. If we don't get him, we could still get, you know, one of these tokens. We're killing a 2, we're bringing out a 6. He's playing 13 less 1 or 13 less 2 for 8. I'm pretty happy with kind of how that's going, but also if they're playing a spy on your side of the board or something you just don't want to deal with, you can actually kill that too, so it helps out quite a bit. If you're playing against that random meme deck where they, you know, do like the bajillion armor, like that will actually win you the game having a card like this, so it's pretty cool. Anyways, I want to get certain Renfrey targets, right? If we have 25 units in the deck, we get to create essentially 2 leader abilities in addition to our regular one that we start with. Some of the stuff that I look for with this would be the play a bronze and look at the top 3 if we're missing a gold card. You can look at destroy 8 or less. It just helps act as removal. And then as far as the other here, the blessings, I like either a cooldown. If you want to apply the pressure, you could put a whenever you pass boost the lowest, or you could just do after split 6 and you can kind of go for like a cleared board wipe in a short round and really just kind of set the tone for the end of the game, right? I have a bit of a resilience play that's going to demand some removal, boost adjacent dwarves by 2. This comes down at 9, but it has to carry over a 5 into the next round with 4 armor on top of it. So it's a pain to get rid of that. We do have a lot of dwarves that we could summon with this, with the chariots, with the 2 we play here, the 2 we play here, and of course the volunteers. So it's just a natural fit. I really like Zoltan Warrior, right? Damage 2 enemy units by 3. And for each that survives, spawn a Rowdy Dwarf. So it's coming down at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and an engine. Because at the end of your turn, damage a random enemy being unit by 1, assuming it has Barricade. We put Barricade on with the Dwarven Chariots, right? 1 armor per turn engine, essentially. I actually had, instead of Peller at first, I had an Agitator, which is a good idea. And I'll put it in my considerations if I can find it here. I just don't feel like searching too hard. This one here. So you can give armor to it in hand if you want. You can also just switch out for Enchanted Armor Stratagem if you don't have Crystal Skull. That works too. But even on deploy as a finisher, it's still a crazy card, so I don't care that much. One thing that I was also considering too would be the Miner, because it got a base power buff from 4 to 5, which makes it more attractive. But I feel like Peller is just good to have here. Doblathena Archer, again, just to be able to death blow something, help out with a little bit of damage, and get some good payoff from it. So we just have a one-off there for a provision standpoint. That's pretty much all we can have. And then I have a lock in here as well as a movement tech built-in one. So if I miss a Peller, I need to get around a defender. It's another way of doing that without having to hack through a defender and waste a lot of charges and things on the armor that it has. So pretty straightforward deck, pretty easy to play, pretty strong. I'm not going to say that this is the meta version of it. It's just the version that I felt like playing today. I've done different versions of this deck in the past, so you can compare it to other ones that I've done and decide for yourself which one you like the best and which one you want to go with. But again, I'm just here to have some fun today, and that's exactly what I did. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you enjoy it, don't forget to sub to the channel. I'm going to do my best to upload every day this week, just FYI. If you have any recommendations for what you want to see, let me know, and we'll go from there. Thank you. See you soon. First up here we have Nilfgaard. It's going to be Toussaintois Hospitality. Tall Punish will be good here. We can Purify, potentially a Defender. I want to have an engine set up, and then I can use the Elias on the Skirmisher afterwards, which is fine. This is mostly good. I'm thinking that I'm actually going to put Peller back and just try to get more of this thinning stuff underway. And then I think this has to go... I'm going to leave it here because I have 2 pairs and I don't want to thin anything, or... like, we don't want to pull this, we don't want to get these bricks. Let's go range so that we don't go too tall. I don't even think I want to necessarily use Crystal Skull here, because it kind of sets them up right away for something to target. I'll likely have to end up boosting something that's not targeted. You're ripping leader on turn 1? Jeez, man. Okay. Let's let it get a little taller first, alright? So this will boost all units, which will give me some payoff here, so I'm probably letting it stick. I just want to set this up here so that we can actually get it ready for Elias when it's time, you know? I'm not sure if I have to necessarily go in here. I think what I'm going to do is just take this and hope that it doesn't hit this here, right? It could pretty well hit anything else. Nice. I mean, it's not terrible, but... You're passing on that? Do I even need to use my tall punish? Not really. I don't think that he's going to get a lot of value in this match, if I'm being honest. That's like a really good hand. We don't get the resilience play, unfortunately, but I think it's fine. It still plays for a lot of points later. Just give them the round. So it's Nova, Toussaintois. Okay. That's actually less effective, I think, than the real version, so I'm not stressing too hard. This has to go, this has to go. I've got most of it here. A lock would be nice, but we don't have bricks. They have a very reactive deck, and so do we, but we do go second, so it puts us at a little bit of an advantage. Mind you, they do have those 8 points, but I don't think it's the end of the world. That's going to be for the master, right? They're going to try to like seize what we've got here, so... It's just Berserker, really, and then we pop the shield so we can start sinking damage. Would have been nice if I had a chariot. So it sits for 8. They're gonna seize him if he's tall. 3. I guess we're actually playing this here. Because then I can clean sweep it with leader. That's funny. Okay, they took the bait on this when this would have been more effective because I don't have the armor. So I'm happy about that. Let's see if we could stall a little bit with the Rune Mage here. If I can get a chariot, I will. If I control an elf, do we have an elf? We don't have an elf. What's the last card you played? This one? It's the only unit on its row. I think we're still better just taking her, right? Sink it straight. Oh, this is really good on me. 3 points. Let's do it now. I'd be so mad. So if they would have taken Mata earlier, we would have been in trouble. Let's take Renfrey first.
I have scores to settle.
Destroy with 8. Play bronze. We're running out of space. Boost 2. Destroy 8. Damage all. I think we're destroying 8. After using set lowest. Set lowest is worth 8 to 9. After using, whenever you pass. I think we're just going to do it like that. That's not really a big deal, is it? I'll sink the skirm dead so that we can kind of save. And then if I hit this again, we're getting at least 7. I don't know. It's tough because that's like my tall punish target too. At the moment, at least. They took the Renfrey when they should have taken the Elias. Extra 3 points. More so if they can play it. Alright, this puts me back to a 6. I'm going to keep this for my tall punish just in case. And I think we're going to go and just kill off my own skirm. Save some space. Just hit that here so they can't do anything weird. We played around this pretty well. I think we can win this. That's my destroy. Oh my gosh. I guess I'm just taking Maxi. If they have a Cantarella, I want them to get the least effective option. So they've used Yennefer's Invocation. They might have a Vilgefortz plus maybe like a reset of some sort. There you go.
Quite a menial task.
It's not going too well for them, is it? Here, I'll just try to get... I should have done that first and put this here, because then next turn I'd have both. I just wasn't thinking. So they're going to snag... It's not a bronze, though. Let's just take this in case it bricks.
Let's get this over with.
I'm overthinking this, right?
I am your source of self-destruction.
It's really not that big of a deal here.
They can hide. There is no escape.
Next up here we have monsters. Blood Scent. I don't mind this matchup just because I have a lot of removal for their engines, so they're going to have a hard time getting bleeding. I could dwarf it and then take the thin here. I then have 2 dwarfs for this. Elias can go. It's funny how you get this right after. I think we keep him for security. And we just roll this and see how it goes, honestly. You're just gonna open with a flutter? That is actually scary. For you, not me, buddy. I'm gonna kill it. Look, you got the banish, so you can't make copies of it. You can't resurrect it. It's like a lot of things have gone wrong right now. And they have to read the card. They're like, yeah, as if. I'm kind of down to unicorn it, if I'm being completely honest. Because I don't have to use full leader for that, you know? And then we can just put that back after we win the round. It's not actually that bad. Unseen? That's crazy work. Just lock it here and see what happens, honestly. I wonder if they're running Sabbath. This looks Devo, right? Because the order and then this, yeah, it's looking Devo to me. Wait, why are you... Why would you put a defender down when the card's already locked? It would make more sense to do this in reverse. I guess they just really wanted to get the tempo started, right? For what it's worth, though, I would just be taking a couple Thins here and then taking Zoltan. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to make you rage quit. I know it's like a casual Sunday and all, but, you know, I'm back. Next up here we have Call of Harmony. And if I can win this game, we're going to rank 3. So, Saskia is likely going to be a round 1 problem. And there's not a lot we can do about it because I don't have Pyrotechs in this deck. And I'm not going to do like double leader, Renfree, split 6 damage to like snipe it out and then just be left with nothing for the rest of the game. That's going to be really bad. Let's put this back for now. Of course, yeah, good trade. It would really be cool if I just had like removal. The thing is, it has harmony, so we'll have to use basically this, this, and this once. We gotta somehow bleed out all this hand buff. I guess we are tempoing a little with that play. What am I deciding to lock? Maybe him? Because we're going for a little while, right? I could just purify the harmony tag off something else. Or I can just fish right now. Nothing. Boost sell by 1 for each boosted enemy unit. That's actually not bad.
Emperor proud.
Little 13-point rune mage. It's okay. My hand is really bad though. So what we're probably gonna have to do is just play one and look at leaving, right?
We're the best regiment in the whole plowing north.
I'll go as long as I can with what I have, just because obviously we want to get this out. You're playing both of these in one round, plus Waters, plus Dana. It's kind of getting expensive for you, right? Why would you infuse the one that's locked? Sorry, I'm just being toxic, my bad. Just being helpful. Man, I really like that Elias play here. I guess I'm going to take the Peller on myself instead of the Harmony on them. Is there any way that I can actually play this deeper though? So your devotion. 62 points. Nah, we just have to leave, honestly. Little concerned if they slam scenario on me, but I need a unicorn bad. Holy crap. It's over. I'm gonna have to take a really sloppy Renfrey play here. Unless I do one of these first. Give them more time to put stuff down. I'm gonna chalk this up though to losing to the draw, honestly. They passed on that? Do I just get lucky? This is worth... Boost this up by 4, so it's literally 6 or 6, it doesn't matter. I can't believe it. I guess us not being thirsty helped. Thank you. Listen, I don't have a lot of stuff that I really need, but I'm a lot more grateful for this situation than the previous one we were in, so I'm gonna take it and just shut up. You know what I mean? Gotta get some, as much as I can with this out. But we have to start thinking about this and this, right? So that's worth a decent amount. You should be slamming leader here. Alright. I guess I have to take care of it. had one more. Just, I couldn't afford to use these here.
Whoops and daisy.
GG's, I guess. They still didn't? Okay, I'm chilling then. Nah, it's a risk I gotta take, honestly. Good. Good! I still think they put up 100 points and win, but hey, we tried.
Style. That's right. I like fighting with style.
Daisies stand tall, dead Dwarven
Just to not be able to summon these out is really bad for me.
to see us. The only good mage is a dead
Damage 6. Destroy with 8 or less. Damage all. 8 or less makes a great deal of sense for me. After lowest 10 makes a good amount of sense for me as well. After split 6 is pretty good here as well, because then we can snipe. Shit. I roped. Maybe they don't have any more anyways. Let's just go this way. Nice, okay. Things are decent. No, we lose to that though. The only alternative would be to play bronze, pull card, and hope that we get something bigger. But I think we're alright. It's crazy how like overcommitted round 1 was, how poor the push was in round 2, and then just what's left. In okay, we got another Harmony matchup here. Except interesting stratagem. I wonder what this is going to be all about. At least I'm getting a Tall Punish here. Maxi for intel. It's not a bad hand.
Show me the coin or sod off.
I'm wondering if I just blow leader in round 1 just to make sure we can mitigate as much of this as possible.
Never had your kneecap broken.
Taking up base. Would you like an arrow to the head instead?
Gonna have to take my time with this one here. If I chip through armor, then I can kill it next turn. This is giving me Golden Necker vibes. I took out her because this is going to be every other turn unless they play an actual movement tech, right? Milena, for example, which I don't think they have because they would have played it there. Heller would be pretty cool here. It forces my hand so that we have to play this now so that we get the pocket still. I wonder how much longer I can stall. What if I take Maxi first? My top deck is 1, 2, 3. I mulligan this and one of these or whatever's in hand, and then I get here. And then we have some. This will thin out later. It's actually not bad the way it is.
Yeah, I work for the police. Better than work for humans.
I think we take this now. It's good tempo. But everything's still in that Golden Ecker category, keep in mind here. I'm wondering if I can save Rune Mage, but it might actually be within my best interest to try to find a lock. I'd just kill it though altogether.
As good as dead, that lot.
I think I might actually pass here. Because I have essentially resilience plus 2 card advantage, so. Okay. So it's not Golden Necker. So it was this, and then we put this and we get this. That's right. It might actually be my best bet to take Renfrey.
A pleasure to bleed you.
I just can't afford to get more bricks later. I think we're okay. I still save a card, right? We still have 1 card advantage here. That's really good. Everything's where it should be. It would be nice to have Chariot, but I'm not going to risk it for that. I still have ways to give armor, so... Let's do one of these. That's such a small... I guess the smallest one I've ever seen.
Blood! Blood!
So we lock Dana for sure. Or we just take Geralt on her. She's probably a lock. This scenario makes it very difficult for me to get death blows off of leader. That's one of the issues that I'm facing with this deck, is because like everything's getting boosted. Here. It's gotta be her first. That would be a disgusting Scorch, by the way, or a disgusting Shiru, or... Let's work on this here. Okay, I finally have my leverage. So he goes to 8. This goes to 4. This goes to 9. So we have to kill this.
Any last words?
And I just need to get one more hit here. Nope.
Your faith will guide us.
I gotta stall a little bit, right? Let's do, it doesn't really matter what we take.
We elves have our paths. Don't worry about me.
I guess it is having to move on this. I might lose my leader. Looks like it. It's not that important, but if I were to save one leader charge, I think in this matchup going forward, then you want to make sure.
The only good mage is a dead mage.
Here, split. It doesn't matter, to be honest. So, like, it's definitely a winnable matchup. It's just you got to be careful with leader. You got to be careful with their pacing, and their scenario makes it difficult. Okay, we got blood money coming up here next. Back to the rank 3 game. Don't love the idea of not having the second one of these. I think what I'm going to do is look for it. I need to have 2 dwarves. Watch, if I take a mulligan, then I'm going to get something bad. Yeah, let's just... I think I'm just going to have to not. Maybe Elias does go, though, because I don't want to kill something with bounty right now, you know what I mean? Really?
I was fucking so bloody damn potions.
Guess we have to open with this.
Boss doesn't like
I like this card for flipping the tables, you know what I mean? Putting them in a position where... Doesn't matter what row it's on, so we can't do anything about that. 3 plus full 5 is actually clean. I think I'm going to do that with this one.
Scoia'tael! Attack!
Play on the range row so that I can create a pocket here with dwarves, no problem. don't think the objective is to necessarily try to get rent-free down right now. I think it's... Wow, okay. It's kind of a big deal. That's a clean fit though, isn't it?
Slow, ain't ya?
If they go Scoundrel here, they lose out on the bounty they placed. But I think they have to, right? So we're gonna take Geralt on that, surely. That's annoying.
Not your lucky day.
No. We can lock it.
An ill wind.
I'm up by a lot, you know what I mean? So I think Geralt might be overkill. Is that 8? $2016. Let's take a run free now.
Yeah, it's Baptiste. Go ahead.
Damage 6. I'm looking for a whenever you... It's probably going to be this though, because they're going to be damaging stuff. But there is a cooldown 8. Cooldown 8, I'd be able to do it twice. Let's just do the cooldown. Because that puts me in a spot where I could probably win this round fairly easy. I think we bought ourselves enough time to play this from pocket though, so we could play this. Okay, we can try to do that later. Nice. Okay, so this has to go because we know it's brick now. And we need the one unicorn. Okay, I guess we could find it somehow. Do we want to do that right now? Yeah. They're at 9. They'll have to use leader on it.
Logic sows chaos.
Might as well go here. So we got out 3 spenders plus Witchfinder plus, okay, 4 spenders. I can make them sweat a little bit though if I play Zoltan. I wasn't intending on playing him. The problem is I don't have armor. I could always go here for card advantage too. I think I'm gonna do that. Because the leader's not worth much right now. We have card advantage. Sure, they have candle, but we can even extend that further with unicorns, right? I wasn't able to take Maxi, but it's not the end of the world. So she's kind of a liability, isn't she? 25% chance we get it, but there's also a chance we get really bad stuff here. Okay, yeah. That's what happens. You play the game sometimes and you don't get rewarded, so. Just don't like bricked unicorns, really.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Can I hit a lock on that? Nope. Draw a card. Oh? Oh my god. I have no words. That's insane. We take this out because it's one of their spenders. And then I have enough to remove the next one of these they play. I think I have to play this even though I don't want to. Because I need to be able to sink the damage and kill. I still have Brute and I still have Hail, which are really good Geralt targets, so I'm not really that concerned about bricking him. Alright, so that's going to be my target then. Darn. Here we go. We still get that card back anyways, whatever. You think that's going to be my Zoltan? Or should I save it? Maybe we save it.
We'll put Mahakam boots to Imperial arses.
It's not like it's ticking right now. Here, I think we have to go and kill a 4.
I do what I must. I'll do so sorely.
This looks like a win. It's not that close. We're going to rank 3.